That's the trouble with you children. You seem to be under the impression that I'm a millionaire. The allowance I give you is ample, more than ample for your needs. And I don't want you coming to me before next Friday. Why, when I was a boy, I didn't know what an allowance meant. I had to get out and earn every penny I got. And believe you me, I learned to appreciate the value of a dollar. All you seem to be interested in is what you can get out of me. It's always buy me this and get me that. And it's high time I put a stop to it. What you children need is discipline, and I'm going to see that you get it. Bobby, stop playing with that fire engine.
Okay, don't Pop.
Why, when I was 14, I had to get up before it was light to sell newspapers to help my parents. I didn't have the advantages you children have nowadays. And let me tell you, when I was a boy... Roger, you put that bookkeeping away. Now, it's all right to keep track of your money, but this isn't the time for it. And that reminds me, Jack. Jack, stop admiring yourself and come here. Now, I want you to stop borrowing money from Roger.
Well, I pay it back, don't I?
You'd better.
Oh, now, borrowing is a bad habit. The more you borrow, the more you want. And that goes for the car, too. I let you have it one evening a week, and now you want it 2, 3, 4. Huh. Before long, I'll have to ask your permission to use it.
Well, I just want it for tonight.
And tomorrow night.
Oh, well, I'll have to have it tomorrow night because tomorrow night's Saturday night.
All right, then you can't have the car tonight.
Oh, gee,
Stop mumbling. That's my decision, and I think it's a perfectly fair one. And I think your mother will agree with me, too. Isn't that so, Louise?
Of course, dear. What did you say?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Going out, Bonnie?
Mother, how does it look? Just lovely. Granny did a swell job. You see, I can wear 14. It's perfect now. Granny just took it in
Bonnie,
cream and...
I believe I asked you where you were going.
Oh, down to the station to see Tom Davis. He's leaving for Europe.
Isn't that where you're going tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see why you two can't go together. There's no crime in your taking out your sister, is there?
Don't worry about Sis. She's doing all right by herself. Clark Newell's taking her out.
Do you mean to say you're letting her go out with that Newell boy?
Oh, there's Clark.
You could at least be polite to him.
Hello, Clark.
Good evening, sugar. Throw in your ermine wrap and let's be off.
Not yet. Come on inside and say hello to the folks.
Hello, Clark. Hiya, Jack.
Good evening, Clark.
Good evening.
You know Clark Newell, dear.
Sure, we're old friends. How are things, Mr. Everett?
Oh, we'd better hurry.
Well, I'm sorry to deprive you of our brilliant company, but my sister's waiting outside in the car. Goodbye, everybody.
I'll be over soon, Mother. Goodbye.
I guess I better go, too.
Want a lift?
No, I'll meet you down at the station.
I get it.
Good night, Ma.
I expect you home by midnight.
Have a good time, Jack.
Yeah, good time.
Growling about. Can I help you?
No. Well, you can help me. If I sneak the car out tonight, will you stand watch so Pop won't hear me?
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, Grandma, please. Pretty please?
No, all right.
Cheers.
Now go along. Scram.
I tell you, that Newell boy isn't fit company for any girl. Where are you going? Have you ever seen him drive? Huh. He's a public enemy.
He may be just a little bit wild, but you must remember that he and Patty have no mother.
Well, then all the more reason why their father should discipline them. Now, I don't enjoy being strict with our children, but a father has to be. And in these days... Are you laughing at me?
Look at Lucy!
They will not let me see my boy, me and the Carino. I think I will not go home. I think I will kill myself.
You get out of here. Ouch! Serves you right. Wash that stuff off your face and go to bed. What a night.
Oh, no,
you don't.
I'll pay you back tomorrow.
Bunk.
Honest, I will.
You'll pay me now. You got your $2 tonight. Now shell out.
But, Rod, you don't understand. I'm taking this racket down to the station. Tom Dayton's going to give me $5 for it.
I don't care nothing about that. I want my money now.
Let go of my coat, will you? I'll be late for my date.
You won't get there at all if you don't pay me my dough. I'll tell Pop you took the car.
Rod. All right. Here you are, you King Midas.
I don't care. Hey, wait a minute.
Now what?
Another dime, please.
What for?
Interest.
Interest?
Interest.
There.
What's that?
Turn that off.
Turn it down.
I can't hear you.
Mother, it's time for you to go to bed.
Stop ordering me around. I'll go to bed when I please. Besides, I want a cup of coffee.
Oh, Mother, you know coffee always keeps you awake.
Oh, that's a lot of hoofty-magoofty.
Well, what kind of expression is that? Something you learned from the children, I suppose.
You're darn tootin'.
Well, I must say.
You've said enough for one night, and I want my coffee.
You coming upstairs, John?
No, I'm going to sit here a while.
Come, Bobby.
Can I stay with Daddy?
Oh, well, all right. Just for a few moments while I get your bath ready.
Okie doke.
My Bobby. You're not like your brothers and sisters. They get what they want out of me, and then they run right out of the house. But you don't, do you, Bobby?
Oh, no, Daddy. I like to stay with you.
Of course you do. You love your daddy, don't you?
More than anything in the world.
My son.
Of course. I love you heaps and heaps more. You bought me a bicycle.
All right, Sonny. Run to bed.
Okie doke.
Oh, Jack, can't you go any faster?
Sure I can, but I won't. We're making good time.
Good time. First you're an hour late, and then you're afraid to go more than 40.
I've got to be careful, Millicent. This isn't my car, you know.
I know.
Say, I'm just as anxious to get there as you are. Tom Dayton's going to buy this racket from me.
What for?
For $5, so you and I can step out tonight.
Oh, Jack. Now what?
A flat tire. I'll have to get out and fix it.
No, you don't. It's only 2 blocks to the station.
But it'll ruin the tire.
I don't care. If we stop now, Tom will be gone by the time we get there.
But... Oh, all right.
Everybody's gone.
Too late.
Now we can't go anywhere. My whole evening is ruined.
Well...
Good night, Mr. Dayton.
Oh, Mr. Dayton.
Oh, Jack.
I'm sorry I missed Tom.
Yeah, it'll be a whole year before we see him again.
Hello, Mr. Dayton. I thought Tom was going to take his car with him.
No, we decided against it.
Certainly is a beauty.
Who's going to drive it while he's away?
No one. I'll probably sell it.
Oh, it's a shame to sell such a gorgeous car.
Lucky break for somebody.
You like it, don't you, Jack?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, somebody's going to get it. And since you've such an affection for the car, I'd rather see it go to you than to a dealer. I'll tell you what. If your father wants to buy it for you, I'll let him have it at a bargain. Say, $200.
Thank you, sir. I'll sure tell him.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Dayton, may I drive it?
Why,
Just to my home at 4th and Graham. You see, we have a flat.
Yes, certainly, yes. Go right ahead.
Good night, Jack. Goodbye.
Hey!
Well, Bobby, it looks as if your brother is reforming after all.
Hi, Jack. Tell Bonnie we're here.
Oh, she left, Clark, with Patty.
Aren't you coming over to play badminton?
Well, sure. I'm sorry, I can't make it.
Why, you've almost finished with the lawn.
Yeah, but after that, I gotta polish the car.
Oh.
Well, so long.
So long.
Well, it seems a shame to miss your game, Jack.
Oh, I don't mind. I want to stick to this till I finish.
Well, that's the spirit that makes for success.
Dad, you know Mr. Dayton, don't you?
Curtis Dayton? A good business head and a fine man.
He sure is. Dad, do you know what he told me at the station last night? He said because I had a real affection for Tom's car, well, he'd be willing to sell it to you at a great bargain.
You don't say.
Yes, and it's only $200. Why, it's worth $400 if it's worth a penny. Oh, you ought to see it, Dad. It's got knee-action wheels and a fine paint job and guards on the bumpers, and
Jack,
it's got
I want to ask you one question. Has the heat gone to your head? Come on, Bobby.
Okay, don't.
Ma! Ma!
Yes?
Will you let me know when the tailor brings my tux? I'll be out in the garage.
All right. What are you doing indoors on a nice day like this?
What did you say, Mother?
Run out and play in the sunshine.
I must work. Work. So you will be proud of your little women. I want to sit here and write stories. So I can send you and Father to the seashore.
Oh, so you're going to be a writer now.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever be Shakespeare. Do you?
Frankly, dear, no.
Oh, well, I don't care. The world is my oyster.
Glad to hear it. You better get outside while I'm cleaning and stop imitating Joan Crawford.
Oh, Ma, that was Katharine Hepburn.
Oh, my mistake. I left the dry mop upstairs. Go up and get it, please.
Oh, well, one can't expect one's family to appreciate one. Can they? Why don't you look out where you're going?
Oh, I didn't see you.
You can't see anything but money. You're nothing but a materialist. Mother, I tell you for the last time, either he leaves this house or I do.
Very well, dear, but while I'm making up my mind, you vacuum the rug.
Hello, Raj. You're just the guy I want to see.
Don't speak English.
Well, I don't want you to speak. Just listen. You know I've always liked you, Palsy Wellsy.
So what?
Well, aren't you my favorite brother?
Only when you're broke.
Oh, you wouldn't turn me down, would you?
Oh, wouldn't I?
Hey, Raj, you ought to see the swell gal I'm taking to the party tonight.
I'm not interested in girls. They make me tired.
Well, you will be someday. And then you'll understand the spot I'm in.
Nothing doing.
Oh, listen, kid, I'm desperate. This is big time stuff. I'm wearing a tux and everything. Well, you ought to see me in it, Raj. You'd be proud of your big brother.
That clothes old suit the tailor cut down for you?
Hey, don't you go telling any of the fellows that or I'll...
Oh, who's gonna blab?
Well... Oh, look, kid. I gotta make a splurge tonight. I got a swell girl and a brand new tux and... Well, even if the tailor did cut it down. And I got the car, but I hadn't got a nickel in my mitt.
You got your allowance last night.
Well, I spent it. That's why you've got to loan me $3. You'll get it back next week.
How? When your allowance is only $2?
Well, I'm good for it.
Ha ha, don't make me laugh. Ho ho.
Hey, Raj, I'll tell you what. You can add compound interest.
Compound interest?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like this. Suppose you loan me $3 for a week at 10%.
Yeah, suppose.
Well, at the end of the week, I'm supposed to pay you the 10% plus the principal.
If I can catch you.
Well, if I don't pay you, at the end of the week, you begin charging interest on interest. You get me?
Sure. For instance, you owe me $3 principal and 10% interest. That makes makes $3.30 you begin to pay interest on from today.
Oh, gosh, if you only got other things as easily as that.
Oh, anything about money comes easy to me.
Well, Roger, do I get my loan for tonight?
I kind of like that compound interest. You'll have to come up to my room. I'll see that I have my interest bank.
Hey, wait a minute. You don't have two banks, do you?
Sure. Principal in one and interest in the other. I only lend from my interest bank.
Well, the young Shylock.
Right here, God. Get it, Bonnie.
Hey, girl. Not bad.
Get it, Bonnie. Oh, I'm sorry. Did we lose?
That's all right, being issue. Just not the athletic type. Hello, son. Hiya, Dad. Hi, stranger.
I'm sorry to interrupt your game.
Oh, that's all right. We just finished a set.
Dad, I'm so glad you're home early.
Say, Dad, how about playing a set with us?
I wish I
Oh,
could.
come on. I'll give you a 10-point handicap.
I'm sorry, Clark. I only rushed home to get some papers. I have to leave town for the weekend.
Oh, but Dad, you promised to have dinner with us tonight.
I'm terribly sorry, Patty, but this is business.
Now, that's the third Saturday night in a row you've broken a dinner date with us.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. Take your sister someplace tonight. The party's on me.
Oh, all right, Dad. Thanks.
Have a good time, youngsters. Goodbye.
Mr. Newell, would you mind dropping me at my house at 4th and Graham?
Why, sir. Come along.
Goodbye.
You never can tell what that kid's going to do next. There goes our game.
Why don't you and Clark play singles? I don't feel like playing anymore. See you later.
Come on, let's sit down.
I really should be leaving if we're going to that party tonight. I've got work to do.
Work? What kind of work?
Study. I'll have to do plenty of it to pass those entrance exams this fall.
Gee, Bunny, wouldn't it be swell if you and I were going to the same college?
Wouldn't it?
You think you could persuade your old man to cancel your reservation to that female institution?
You don't know him.
Gosh, I was just thinking, supposing my old man was like yours.
What's wrong with my father?
Oh, he ought to move out all the furniture and put in soap boxes.
Oh, well, he means it for our own good.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't get anywhere with Patty and me. We're our own bosses.
Oh, you certainly have everything you want.
There's one thing I want I haven't got yet.
How about a little kiss, huh?
Just between friends?
No, Clark.
Lady, you've been living in that shell of yours too long. Something's got to be done about it. And I'm just the guy who can do it. The trouble with you is you don't keep the right company. Say, why don't you stay and have dinner with Patty and me, and we can all leave for the party together?
You'll have to ask my father.
Oh, can't I ask your mother instead?
Oh.
Ma, hasn't Taylor brought my tux yet?
It'll be here, don't worry.
Suppose he's closed. Ma, suppose he's forgot it.
Suppose you go and wash up for dinner.
All right, Ma.
Dinner's ready.
Come on, Mother. Come on, son. Ah, I smell roast beef.
Now, Bobby, let me see your hands.
I just washed.
Lucy, dinner's ready.
There's nothing like hot roast beef on a Saturday night.
Yeah, and cold roast beef on Sunday. Cash on Monday.
Mother, this looks delicious. And whenever I see it now, I picture the whole family sitting down to the table together to enjoy all the real comforts of home.
Not yet, Ma?
All right, Jack. Let's forget the tuxedo. Sit down now before your dinner gets cold.
All right, Ma.
Yeah. Well, we're all assembled at last. It reminds me of the day... Where's Bonnie?
She's having dinner with the Newells.
She didn't ask my permission.
Clark telephoned me.
Oh.
None for me.
Well, Roger, you must eat. It's good for you.
What's the matter? Aren't you feeling well?
After all the trouble your mother goes to prepare a good dinner, you spoil your appetite with a lot of indigestible...
All right.
Oh, I'll answer it. How about Mr. Taylor?
What are you trying to do?
He's excited, that's all.
Well, he doesn't need to knock down the whole house, does he?
We're only young once. And it would be a good idea for some people to remember it.
Ma, look. It is.
Jack, you sit right down here now and finish your dinner.
But, Dad, look, I want to try it on. I'll be
Jack,
back.
you come down here and finish your dinner. Oh, this isn't a home. It's a madhouse. you want now?
Oh, where's Mom?
In the kitchen.
Aren't you dressed yet?
I can't tie my tie.
Well, who in the world ever got so excited over a tuxedo?
You did.
Me? I was as bad as that?
What? Because yours was a hired one, and you were always so afraid everyone would find it out. Oh.
Yeah, I remember. Those were the happy days.
You tell him, Pop. The good old days of the horse.
Well, that's better than the days of the jackass.
Oh, Pop, what an awful comeback.
Well, how'd you like that? I'll tell him a few things.
Oh, you whistling your pa was. Always wound up for a lecture. Don't you ever run down?
Well, I don't remember Pa lecturing me very often.
You know why? Not because you were such an angel, but because I wouldn't let him. Oh, a word of advice to your children now and then is all right, but don't drown them in speeches. Don't call them for every little thing they do. Oh, you could shut one eye once in a while, couldn't you?
Well, Mother, that's the easy way. I guess I would be more popular around here if I shut one eye. But children need more looking after now than in your day, if they're to be well brought up.
You're not bringing them up. You're always knocking them down. Always setting yourself up as a good example, which the Lord knows you never were. Always laying down rules that don't apply to kids nowadays. No wonder they do things behind your back, just like Jack sneaking the car out last night after you told him.
What did you say?
I said nothing. Nothing at all.
Just a minute, Mother. You mean you knew Jack took the car out last night after I forbid him to use it? You knew that and didn't stop him?
Stop him? I helped him. I think I'd better get some coffee.
Anything wrong?
Everything. Do you realize Jack used the car last night?
Well, he polished it up this afternoon.
Well, I'm afraid that's a lot of good work wasted. He disobeyed my orders and he can't have the car tonight.
But, John, he's counting on it. Why, Jack, how nice you look.
Oh, gee, Mom, do you think so? Mom, do you think anybody will suspect?
Turn around, let me see. No one would ever dream.
Oh, Mom, you're spoiled.
Look, John. This son of ours is almost a man. Doesn't he look handsome?
Yes, he does. Very nice indeed.
Gee, Pa, thanks. And I want to thank you for letting me have the suit, too.
Oh, that's all right, son.
And I promise I'll be in by 12, and I'll take very good care of the car.
I'm sorry, Jack. You can't have the car tonight.
Why, Pa, you promised.
I promised you the car one evening a week. If you chose to take it out last night instead of tonight, that's your problem.
Oh, but I must have the car tonight. I can't ask a girl to walk to a party.
There are streetcars.
Oh, but a guy feels like a piker standing on a back platform, digging for a couple of nickels. And what's the girl calling him in her own mind? Cheapskate, that's what.
Well, after all, Jackie, a streetcar is safer these days. You'll be more likely to get to the party, even if you're a little late.
A little late? An hour late, you mean? Oh, gee, Pop, have a heart.
I've nothing further to say. Why, when I was your age, I didn't have a car to take a girl to a party.
Oh, Pa, set that to music, will you? It's a wonder such a perfect specimen as you ever lived.
That's enough, son.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pa. I didn't mean to be disrespectful, but, gee, you know how it is.
That's just it. I don't know how it is. Why, when I was your age...
Oh, for crying out loud, you going to start that again?
How dare you talk to me like that? You don't go out of this house tonight. Take off that suit.
I won't.
Take off that suit and give me the key to the car.
I will,
No, John, no.
Did you hear?
Everything, but don't go after him when you're in such a temper. Wait until you calm down first. Take my advice, John.
I'm not taking anybody's advice. Hey, Jack! I'll fix you for this.
I'm so glad we got away from that party. It's such a lovely night. Moonlight and everything. You certainly are funny. Last night you wouldn't step on the gas when you had to, and tonight when there's no hurry, you drive as if you're going to a fire.
Well, I feel speedy tonight.
Me too. I tell you what, let's drive over to Bordoni's.
The roadhouse? Nothing doing.
Oh, don't be a killjoy.
No, it's too late.
It's only 2 minutes of 12.
It is? My watch must be slow, and I gotta be home by 12 o'clock.
You and Cinderella.
Well, what about it?
I suppose if you're not in by midnight, that this coach of yours would turn into a pumpkin.
You think you're clever, don't you? Just because
Your driver's license, please.
Were we speeding?
No, you weren't speeding.
I didn't think we were. We always drive carefully.
Yes, but not careful enough. Say, you went through a red light.
I'm sorry, officer.
I didn't see any red light.
I don't doubt it.
But you gotta pay me today.
But, Raj, can't you give me more time?
Nope, I'm a businessman. I lent you $5 to pay that fine, and you signed this note to pay me back in a week, right?
Yes.
Well, a week's up today, and I want my dough.
But you know I'm broke. Where can I get it?
Well, that's for you to figure out.
Oh, Raj, why don't you buy the tennis racket? It's worth more than the $5 I owe you.
Still trying that old gag?
Oh, gee, you gotta admit it's a beaut.
Yeah, if you like tennis rackets.
Well, if you buy it, well, we can sort of keep it in the family.
But I don't play tennis.
Well, you can learn, can't you? It's a swell game. Some fellas make a lot of money at it.
No, no future to swinging a racket.
Hey, Raj, I got something you will take in exchange.
There's nothing like money, and you better have it for me by 9 o'clock.
Keep quiet. Do you want the whole family to hear?
No, I don't care.
Are you there? I said, are you there? I wish to leave a message from Mr. Cook and you else. No, don't call him, please. Just inform him to come over at once to Miss Evers' residence. Thank you. Ta-ta, dear.
Bobby, this is no time to race your fire engines around the house. Besides, you put the fire out.
Okie doke.
Let Grandma put them away for you.
Can I carry your sewing basket?
Certainly, darling. Careful now, don't spill anything, Lucy.
Okie doke.
Take Bobby upstairs and put him to bed.
Why do I have to do all the dirty work in this house? Well, then...
What's the matter with you?
Oh, I'm getting sick and tired of putting Bobby to bed.
Why, Lucy, you ought to consider it a privilege.
If it's such a privilege, why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, I'm busy.
Busy trying to scrape up money you owe Roger.
Shut up.
He's scared Papa will find out and never let him out of the house.
Say, if you had wings, you'd make a good stool pigeon.
Now, that will do, children. Lucy, take Bobby upstairs to bed. Gently. So, you owe Roger some money again.
Not again. Still. That guy never lets me out of his clutches.
How much?
$5. With interest. And compound interest.
How come you owe him so much?
I got a ticket for passing a stop signal.
And couldn't you pay the fine yourself?
With that chicken feed Pa calls an allowance?
It's more than he used to have.
Oh, I know, Granny, but times have changed since then. Oh, gosh, I guess people have changed. It just doesn't seem possible that Pa was ever a boy like me.
Oh, yes, he was. Now, I'll tell you a secret. He got into just as many scrapes as you or any other boy. He broke windows, he played hooky from school, he stayed out late, and he did a lot of things that you never dreamed of.
He did?
Don't tell him that I told you. But he gave me just as much trouble as you give him.
Oh, Granny, I can hardly believe it.
I worried about him. He worries about you. And it won't be many years before you'll have a boy of your own to worry about just the same.
But, gosh, I won't throw a fit every time my son goes in an automobile.
Oh, yes, you will. Only he'll be going up in an airplane.
Gee, Granny, I wish Pa understood things like you do.
Folks seem to forget from one generation to the next. They get all tied up in knots trying to shield their children from the same things that they went through. Maybe we love them too much.
Oh, gee, Granny, you're swell. You know, I think I understand Pa a little better now.
That's right, son. Give him a break. Now, about that $5. I think I
Hey, wait a
can
minute. What kind of a guy do you think I am, anyway? I should say not.
Sure. Well, I think I'll go and get some more coffee before your ma empties the pot.
So long, sweetheart.
Oh, go on. I'll bet you say that to all the girls.
Quarter 9.
Well, hello. Where's the masquerade?
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Won't you sit down?
After you. Very snappy outfit.
I'm so glad you like it. I just adore a man who notices a woman's clothes.
You better not let Bonnie notice it. By the way, why did she want me to come over here so early?
It wasn't Bonnie who wanted you.
No? Then who did phone me?
Bonnie isn't the only girl in this house.
What? You mean you?
You're just like all the others, but you'll be sorry you laughed at me. Wait until I become the siren of the silver screen.
Well, if you want to be a siren, you've missed the boat. They're out of style this year.
Out of style? You mean girls go out of style just like clothes?
That's the idea. You don't have to be a type. Just be yourself.
Oh, I understand. All you need is je ne sais quoi, if you know what I mean.
No, but if you'll whistle it, I learn things easily.
What's going on here?
Wouldn't you like to know?
You not only borrow that's my boyfriend, too.
I'm through with both of them.
You'd better put Bobby to bed before he cuts Granny's sewing to pieces. Go on now.
Oh, angels in heaven. How much longer must I put up with this family?
Gee, baby, you're a knockout tonight.
Oh, don't mind me. I just live here.
I thought you lived in the doghouse.
I do.
Too bad you can't go to the party tonight.
Yeah.
You're not missing a thing. You know Sarah Baxter's parties are as flat as pancakes.
How would you forget? Millicent will be there.
That's right. Rub it in.
Poor Jack.
You sure look cute with your head turned that way.
Well, thank goodness those dishes are done. Oh.
Oh, Mr. Evers. Cigarette?
No, thanks.
Sit down, Todd.
Sorry, but we have to go now. Bonnie has to be home so early.
You call midnight early?
Well, it is for Patty and me.
Why didn't Patty come in with you?
Well, Jed Parker's taking her to the party in his rat trap.
Clark, you will drive carefully, won't you?
Well, you know me, Mrs. Evers.
Now, don't get overheated. Yes, Mother. Be sure and put on your coat if you step outside.
Step out is right. Come on, sugar, let's go. Good night, folks.
Good night. Good night, Mother. Have a good time.
You bet we will.
Night.
But this scout kit would cost you twice as much if you went out to buy it.
What would I want to buy that junk for?
Junk? Say, haven't you any ideals?
No.
It's a sin to be so practical. Someday you're going to get what's coming to you.
You're darn tootin' I'm going to get what's coming to me.
Oh, so you're going to tell Pa, huh?
Maybe.
What kind of a brother are you anyway? You won't give me time? You won't buy my tennis racket?
And I won't buy the scout kit.
I think you're nothing but an old Shylock.
Say, don't you call me an old Shylock.
What was that?
Help! Help!
What's the matter?
Bobby, he cut himself.
Looks like an artery. Call a doctor.
I can't.
I'll go.
What's the matter?
Bobby's got an artery. There's blood all over his arm.
Oh, heavens.
Dad, what's the doctor's number?
I don't know.
Here, I'll telephone the doctor.
Matt,
Bobby cut him.
Oh, heavens. You go to Bobby.
well, big boy.
How is he?
He'll be all right.
Bobby's cut an artery in his arm. He's bleeding badly. Please come. I understand. A tourniquet above the cut, pack with gauze, hold in place with a bandage. Thank you.
Hand me the gauze.
The doctor says tourniquet above the cut, pack with gauze.
Now, don't interfere. That's exactly what Jack's been doing.
Has he stopped bleeding?
Sure. You didn't lose much. There you are. Look at him smiling at all the excitement he started.
How do you feel now, darling?
Okay, Joe.
Well, I guess I'll go wash up.
I don't believe in using old razor blades for ripping, no matter what the newspapers say. They're supposed to be dull, but they never are.
All right, Mother.
Oh, dear, dear, I am so upset.
Mother, why don't you go downstairs and get a cup of coffee?
That's exactly what I need. How did you ever guess it? Oh, yes.
You needn't worry about that loan anymore.
You mean you take the scout kit instead?
I'll take nothing. It's wiped off the slate. Understand? Wiped off. You don't owe me nothing.
But Roger...
It's settled, I tell you. Didn't you save Bobby's life tonight? What do you think I am, a Shylock?
Ah, I sing of spring. Ah, let joy bells ring. Ah, hear ye, listen to my plea. Ah, oh, love is king. Ah, of thee I sing. Would that my song could be bringing love as I sing of spring. Lovely, dear, lovely. I'm sure my daughter isn't the only one who sings. Won't somebody else step up? Well, children, this is your own party, and I don't wish to compel you to do anything you don't want to. Have you any suggestions?
I know a good game.
Oh, I hate games. I always lose.
Shall I get a pencil and paper?
No, thank you. We won't need them.
Oh, what's the game called?
It's called Charlie Chan at the Party. Now, this is how it goes. I'm Charlie Chan, the great detective. And this room is an Indian temple. Now, some crooks have stolen a ruby, the idol's eye, and I've got to find it. Now, I take 4 detectives with me, and we go out of the room.
Can I go?
No, you're a priestess in the temple. There. Now, let me see. Millicent, Patty, Jed, and Bonnie. You 4 go with me. Oh, Bonnie, you need your purse in this game. Now, I'll turn out the lights. And when I leave, you start counting. And when you count to 50, you'll see a red light in the corner of the room. Now, that means that Charlie Chan has found the ruby and returned it to the temple. And please to remember, man cannot wash elephant with brush. Thank you so much.
Oh, when do we start counting?
Right away. Slowly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, Clark, you can't do this.
After the punishment I've taken from them, they ought to be glad I didn't murder them.
Well, where are we going?
Never mind. Follow me.
You may get a thrill from an operatic air, and say good music gets me the height of you. But there comes a time when you must let down your hair and sing the song that's really inside of you. Is there a man with soul so dead who never to himself has said da la la da 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 oh da la la da? Is there a lady so blasé who never felt the urge to say da la la oh da la baby oh? Ain't there a king or queenie who never had the yen to double-cross Puccini for a boom-boom now and then? If you've got rhythm you can't miss, life is a song that goes like this, meow-leo, meow-leo,
Hi there, kid. Say, don't you forget to save me a rumble.
Who's that? Oh, I don't know. Someone I danced with last time I was here.
I don't like this place.
Oh, why don't you grow up? All the big shots come here. Come on. Hello there. How are you tonight? Hello, George.
Oh, Clark, how are you?
Hello, Roger. How are you? Hey, Bonnie, look what you doing.
Here.
Over there, Millicent.
341. 342.
See that fellow in the corner with the mustache? The one with the blonde. That's Jimmy Bordoni. He owns the place. Hiya, Jimmy. Great guy. Hiya, Nick.
How are you, Clark?
Swell. That's Mick Martin. He just gambles for a living. He knows all the smart people. I'll ask him over. Maybe he'll take us to a real party.
Some other time, Clark. It's getting late.
Oh, Bon, for once in your life, can't you forget about punching the family time clock? Waiter, the wine list.
Now, Clark.
What'll it be, folks?
I'm awfully hungry.
How about a chicken sandwich? Oh, how about some liquid nourishment?
I'll take ginger ale.
Say, am I the only drinking man in this party? What about you, Patty?
Well, nobody else wants any. Why spoil the fun?
Okay. In that case, I'll have mine standing up. Goes down easy that way. You order whatever you want, and I'll see you later.
Well, dear?
He's sound asleep.
Poor little okey-doke. He was so brave with the doctor, too.
We never realize how much they mean to us until they're in danger. Well, what's Lucy doing up so late?
She's reincarnated.
Huh?
She thinks she's Joan of Arc.
She didn't get that out of a movie.
No. She decided to become a great heroine after Bobby's accident.
I guess I'd better wake her.
No, I'll send her upstairs. You can get Granny to bed.
Yeah. You mean I can try?
Lucy. Lucy!
I don't want to go to school.
Lucy, wake up.
Where am I?
You know perfectly well where you are. Now run along to bed.
I see visions. Fran, I hear you calling. A horse. Give me a horse.
I'll give you a spanking if you don't stop that.
Enemies surround me, but I shall conquer them and lead my armies to victory.
Are you going upstairs?
Very well, I go. think me just a peasant maid from New Orleans. But someday the whole world will obey me.
Don't forget to brush your teeth.
I'm cold.
You're not the only one that's cold, Ron. It's freezing me out.
You knew I had to be home by 12. My mother will be worried.
Now, keep calm, sugar. I'll get you home before they send the bloodhounds after you. We'll take the river road and fly home.
The river road? Well, that's 3 months longer than the regular way.
Way you drive, maybe. When I give her the gun, no traffic.
I'll still stick to the old way.
All right, wise guy, you go your way and I'll go mine, and we'll race you to Bonnie's house.
Oh, no, Clark, please.
Now,
On no
sugar,
condition.
I promised you I'd get you home in a hurry, and I'm going to keep my word.
The catcher's mitt.
60 cents.
My scout knife. That'll bring 50 cents.
Better make it 40.
Well, how much does that come to?
$13.35.
Oh, gosh, we'll never make it. They want $25.
You seem to forget. We got cash on hand.
What?
Sure. My interest, my capital. Throwing that in, we'll have, let's see, $27.40.
Gee, Rod, that's swell. But I'll be using the car more than you, so you'll be putting in twice as much as I will.
Don't worry. You'll pay me back out of the money for gas.
Rod, you're not only a brother, but you're a pal.
That's a lot of hoofty-magoofty.
Can your old dad come in?
Oh, sure, Dad.
Conference over? It's way past midnight, you know.
Well, we're just winding up.
Mm-hmm. What conclusion have you come to?
Well, Dad, we're selling all these things, lumping it with my cash on hand and buying a car from a second-hand lot for $25.
Well, what kind of a car do you expect to get for that price?
Well, Dad, it isn't much to look at, of course, but it runs. And, well, we won't have to bother you about your car now much anymore.
Oh, I see.
Do you think it's a good investment?
Yes, I do.
Oh, boy, that's all I wanted to know.
Oh, I'll take care of it, Raj.
Thanks. Good night, Dad.
Good night, son.
So long, partner.
So long, Raj.
Jack, I want to tell you how grateful I feel about what you did for Bobby tonight.
Oh, that wasn't anything.
You know, I've talked a lot about what I did when I was a boy of your age, but that's one thing I never could have done. It makes me realize that you're grown up. You're responsible. Now, about your allowance, I've been thinking it isn't enough for a boy your age.
Well, Dad, if it's all you can afford, well...
Oh, it isn't that I couldn't have afforded more, but I've been treating you as if you were still a child. I've been, well, what you might call too conservative in the matter. What do you consider a fair amount?
Well, just enough for school expenses and social affairs. Mm-hmm. I don't know offhand just how much, Dad.
Son, I'm going to leave the matter of your allowance entirely up to you. Figure up just what you need, and from now on, you'll have it.
Dad, I can promise you it won't be a penny more.
You know, I'd like to think of our family as co-partners in a growing concern. Each shareholder having his or her own share of responsibility toward the others.
That's a keen idea, Dad. I never looked at it like that before. And, Dad, I don't want all the giving to be on your side. Of course, I'm not out in the world making my living yet, but I hope to be. And, well, when I do, well, I'm going to...
All right, son. We'll speak of that when the time comes.
Well, I guess I'll turn in. I want to get to that car lot early in the morning. Good night, Dad.
Good night.
Good night, Ma.
Good night, son.
Just a minute. Jack, I've got a surprise for you.
Surprise? John, have you been keeping something from me?
No. It's a decision I've come to just this minute. It's a little late to be phoning. See if you can get Tom Dayton's home.
But Tom's going to Europe.
Yes, I know. But I want to speak to his father.
All right.
What is it?
Hello, is this Mr. Dayton? This is Jack Evers. My father wants to talk to you. Yes.
Hello, Curtis. It's a little late to be calling you, but I had a hunch you might be playing bridge. You were? Well, you see, my hunch was right. Say, Curtis, you remember telling my son about that car your boy left behind? Yes. Well, I wasn't interested in it then, but I am now. Oh, the price is all right. May I send Jack over for it in the morning? Well, that's fine. Good night.
Oh, Dad, do you mean it?
Yeah. From now on, you're going to have your own car.
Oh, Mom, you ought to see it. It's got balloon tires, it's got a radio, and it's got the action wheels. Oh, Mom, it's got everything. Oh, gee. Oh, but that's Bonnie. I'm going to tell her the good news. But... Oh, what is it?
Your name's Evers, isn't it?
Yes, well, what's wrong?
An accident. Call your father.
Dad.
What's happened?
Mr. Evers, did your daughter go out tonight with a fellow named Clark Newell?
Yes?
It's Bonnie's coat.
Why, is she hurt?
Badly hurt. Newell's car smacked into a tree, and we found this letter with your address in her coat.
Where are they now?
Well, the boy disappeared, and the girl is in the county hospital.
Bonnie, oh, my poor Bonnie.
Now, Ma, don't go to pieces. Dad, you take care of Mother. I'm going to the hospital.
I'm going too.
So am I.
No, you've got to stay with Bobby.
I know how you feel. I've got kids of my own, but I hope the little girl is all right.
What's going on down here?
Mother, go back to sleep, please.
Sleep? Who said I was asleep? You know very well I never close my eyes, and the children are all home, safe in bed. What are you so nervous about? Where's Bonnie?
Go upstairs, Mother, please. Bonnie isn't home yet.
Something's happened, and I want to know what it is. Where did Jack take the car at this hour of the night? Well, you might just as well tell me, because I won't stir a foot from this room until I know.
Mother, please, there isn't a thing you can do.
Then there is something wrong, and it's about Bonnie. Well?
There's been an automobile accident. Mother and Jack have gone to the hospital.
Hospital?
Where are you going?
To get my clothes on. I'm going to the hospital myself.
But how?
You call me a taxi cab.
Can you tell me where Bonnie Evers is?
Who?
The girl in the automobile accident. They just brought her in.
Oh, she's in 43. Oh, thank you.
The Society to Prevent Reckless Automobile Driving reports that more than 10,000 persons signed the pledge today never to drive recklessly. It is the purpose of this campaign to make every driver realize the brutal loss of life and untold miseries caused by speed maniacs. It is hoped that every respectable citizen will sign the pledge to take no chances on the road and thus lessen the ghastly accidents which numbered almost 1 million last year. An appeal is made to you.
Can I come in, Mr. Herbert?
What are you doing here?
Oh, I walked all the way.
You walked. Sure, you're all right. You're fine. But what about Bonnie? You don't care what's happened to her.
Bonnie?
Yes, you forgot about her. You ran away. And now she's lying in the hospital.
Oh, no.
If anything happens to her...
Good night.
Bonnie.
Oh, what's the matter, Dad?
I heard you were in an accident.
What accident?
Clark had a smash-up.
Oh, Clark. What happened? Are you hurt?
No, I'm all right.
I thought you were in the car.
That's what I was trying to tell you. It was Millicent. Just before we started home, Bonnie decided to go with Jed. Millicent thought she'd be cold in my car, so she borrowed Bonnie's coat.
Where is Millicent?
In the hospital.
Is she all right?
We don't know yet. That must be your mother phoning. Hello? Yes, Louise. Yes, I know. Bonnie's right here. How's the girl? Out of danger? Oh, that's good.
Thank heaven.
You're coming right home? Goodbye, dear.
Oh, I'm so glad Millicent's all right.
But what are you doing here?
Why, Granny. Where should I be?
I was just going to the hospital to see you.
Take off your hat, Mother. Everything is all right.
Land sakes, but I am a little shaky.
I know the answer to that one. There's a fresh potful on the stove.
Well, I hadn't thought of that, but now that you mention it,
Granny.
Feeling any better now?
Much.
Must have been a bad experience.
Yeah. That split second when I knew we were going to crash. Must have been awfully dark where I fell. I guess that's why they didn't find me. When I became conscious again, they'd taken Millicent away. I started to walk. I don't remember how I got here. Oh, I'm awfully sorry for all the trouble I've caused you.
Oh, forget it, my boy.
I guess I better go home now.
Yes, your father will be worried about you.
Well, not him. He'll just be furious with me for wrecking the car and getting his name in the papers. I can't expect to get any sympathy from him.
Oh, just a minute, Clark. I'm sure you're wrong about how your father feels. At a time like this, his one concern would be for your safety. I'll phone him.
Well, thanks, Mr. Everett, but I don't think it will
What
be...
is the number?
247.
Hello. I want to speak to Mr. Newell. This is John Evers speaking. Your son Clark is here at my home.
How is he?
You needn't worry. He's safe and sound.
Thanks. You tell him he'd better come home at once, or I'll...
Well, just a minute, Mr. Newell. Your son has been in a serious accident.
I know all about that. I've had the police and reporters on my hand. You tell him he'd better get over here.
I'll tell him nothing. Now, this is no time to bawl him out. And if you want to see him, you come over here. And furthermore, let me warn you...
You see, I told you. Now when he comes here...
Well, let him come. I'll handle him. You go upstairs and wash.
And I'll get you a cup of coffee.
Thanks, honey.
John, I was so frightened.
There, dear. It's all over.
And I think it might have been Bonnie.
But it wasn't.
Bonnie, my darling. Oh, careful, Mother. You'll upset Clark's coffee.
Clark, is he here? He's upstairs. And I'm expecting his father.
Poor man, he's been through a lot tonight.
He's going through a lot more. I'm going to tell him a few things. There he is now.
Now, John, don't get into any argument. We've had trouble enough for one night.
I'm doing this. Show him in there.
If I ever get my hands on him...
Now, Father.
Travers?
Mr. Newell, I believe.
Tell my son I'm here.
Just a minute. I'm not in the habit of being ordered around in my own home.
I'm sorry. Where is he?
He's upstairs, and he's pretty shaken up.
I should think he would be. He'll be plenty more shaken up before the night's over.
Well, if I were you, I'd go a little easy with my punishment.
Well, that's all right for you to say, but I've got to pay for the damages to that car and the girl's hospital bills. And it'll be my name that'll be splashed all over the front page of every newspaper.
Well, it's your own fault.
My fault? You don't know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about. You gave Clark a fast car, too much money. You let him stay out all night. You never put any restraint on him. What else could you expect?
Don't shout at me.
This is my house, and I'll shout all I want to. I'll broadcast it. And let me tell you this. If it had been my daughter who was thrown out of your son's car tonight, I'd have put the blame where it belongs, on you.
You needn't get excited about it.
The trouble with you is that you're old-fashioned.
What?
Why, things have changed since you were a boy. It takes more than lecturing children to bring them up nowadays. Being a father isn't a part-time job. You've got to keep working at it. And if you don't do it, I'll do it for you.
Well, I'll think it over. Maybe I'll talk to him in the morning.
Well, that's more like it.
Guess I have been a little hasty. Anyway, I apologize for breaking in on you like this.
Oh, that's all right. We can't stop to think of those things when we're worried about our children.
I guess you don't have to worry about yours.
And yours either, for that matter. You've got a couple of swell kids.
No, I don't know.
And Clark is a fine boy.
I know he is. I only wish I'd gotten a little closer to him in all these years. I'm going to after this.
Dad, I'm sorry.
Thank goodness this Saturday night is over.
Ah, but there are others coming, John. Plenty of them. 52 in every year.